Are you curious what's going on with GPU availability? Well, a little bit of good news. It looks like this Twitter user here, he posted that the Micro Center, where he is, removed the restrictions on AMD GPUs that you can buy. They generally are going to limit you to one per month, but now it seems like you can get as many AMD GPUs as you really desire. But there's a problem here because something hasn't changed and actually gotten worse. This is really what you should know. And something that's priced pretty good is a Windows CD key. Today's video sponsor is going to be VIP-CDKdeals.com. Very simple process. You can get a Windows 10 Pro CD key using my coupon code CC20. You're going to get 30% off. That's a pretty cheap CD key. They work without any issues. I've used them on various builds. The activation process is very simple. You just go through their site, you put in my code, then you're going to go to checkout. You can use something like PayPal. Afterwards, they're going to give you the CD key, and then easily enough, you go into your Windows setting and you go into activation, put in your CD key, and voila, all of a sudden your Windows is going to be activated. And remember, if you do upgrade to Windows 11, you're also going to be able to transfer that CD key without any problem. It just does it pretty much automatically as soon as you install Windows 11. So remember to check out our sponsor. I'm going to leave the link below in the description, and remember to use code CC20 for a nice discount. So is GPU availability getting any better? Well, if we take the recent crypto sort of dip, not really a crash, it's going back up a little bit, you could see that people stopped buying GPUs when crypto prices went down. I've always said the correlation between GPU pricing and availability and what Ethereum is doing specifically, it's very highly correlated. Nvidia may want to say that gamer demand is high, and it is, but I'll say it every time. I think the cryptocurrency demand is that last little bit that really turbocharges, or RTX on, if you will, that last amount of GPU demand that makes the prices go simply through the roof. So no surprise that that's sort of the tail end of this current little crypto dip, and it did come down a pretty good amount. Seems like some stores, now this is going to be the US only, and I'm only using Micro Center as an example of what can happen in the world. I know many of my viewers live in perhaps states that only have a Best Buy. Some are in other countries that don't have these type of stores, but I'm using it as like a thermometer just to be able to sort of check the temperature of what's going on in terms of GPU availability. So looks like they're not restricting AMD GPUs anymore. Before, you were restricted for once per every 30 days. That's so everybody gets a fair shot at it, so one guy doesn't go in there and buy up their entire inventory for whatever reason. Now, this is good news, I guess, because at least it's a little bit of a change. And next, maybe they're going to unrestrict the NVIDIA GPUs, but there's also something beneath the surface that doesn't tell you exactly what's going on, and that's going to be pricing. Pricing of these AMD GPUs are ridiculously high. These are going to be the third-party AIB partners. Forget about the original MSRP prices that both AMD and NVIDIA announced when these GPUs came out. $699 for a 3080. No way, unless you get lucky in the Best Buy drop. $999 for an RTX 6900 XT. No way, unless you got really lucky and you were able to get one from AMD directly or something like that. You're going to be dealing with outrageously high prices. AMD third-party GPUs were the first ones to go up before NVIDIA even started raising their prices more. But of course, NVIDIA has followed suit, and then AMD just has a little bit, lower amount of GPUs on the market. It doesn't seem that way because more of them sometimes will be in stock, like at Micro Center or a local store. But NVIDIA just, people just buy them. They have a preference for them because, maybe gaming, ray tracing, whatever it may be, or of course mining. They're generally better at cryptocurrency mining for their price. Look at something like an RTX 3070, the non-light hash rate. That seems to be one of the most favorite GPUs for miners, as well as the 3060 Ti, while the 6000 series for AMD, they are used, of course. They're just not used nearly as much as the RTX 3000 GPUs. So now, this year, the position that we're in is, okay, cryptocurrency prices are a little funny. Maybe it removed some of the stranglehold on GPU prices increasing at a rapid rate, but we've reached a new level where, look at the RTX 3080 12 gigabyte. Basically the same as the old 3080 you could get for, $699, 2 gigabytes of VRAM, okay, but the price, even if you go directly to EVGA, which is going to be the cheapest pretty much out of the third-party AIBs, you're going to pay $1249, $1299. That's twice or more the price that the RTX 3080 was originally supposed to be. That's a massive price hike. So now NVIDIA and the board partners have established a new pricing plateau. That's where we're at. Forget the old MSRP pricing. We're never going to go back to a $699 3080. We're never going to see a $499 3070. Don't base your current assumptions on those prices. Nobody's going to sell it to you for that price, unless, of course, the very, very rare Best Buy drops that still have them. But I have a feeling now that the new 3080 is out, 3090 Ti is coming out, I have a feeling those Founder Edition Best Buy drops are going to be more and more rare, and you're going to basically not see them at all. They're going to be replaced by a $1,400 or $1,500 3080 12 gigabyte. That's basically going to be the justification for the price increase, over twice the price, keep in mind. It's going to be just that it's a new card, the demand is high. If people are paying $1,800 for a 3080 Founders Edition, why is NVIDIA going to lose out on that piece of the pie, especially if they can barely keep up with demand? So definitely not a great situation, but unfortunately, it's what the market has propelled us up to this point. So this is the new level. Prices are up here now. They're no longer down here. So if you're looking at a current 3080 12 gigabyte at $1,400, $1,300, and you're thinking, I'm not going to pay twice the MSRP, I'm going to wait for prices to come down. Well, unfortunately, that ship has sailed. You're not going to be able to ever find these GPUs again, especially not new, for anywhere near this price. Possibly in the future on the used market, if gaming demand dies down a little bit, if sort of the supply meets the demand, that's a whole different story. But right now, that's going to be the MSRP. I know a lot of people say that they're going to wait for prices to come back down to normal. Well, normal has just been established at the scalper level by official means. That's basically, I think, what people have to learn here. The normal price is now basically what the scalper prices were. That's the normal. NVIDIA saw it. They had market research done for them basically by everybody selling GPUs on eBay, Facebook Marketplace. They said, wow, these GPUs really are selling for 3 times the price in the case of like the 3080 during its peak. Why are they gonna, sell it for less? Throw 2 more cheap gigabytes of VRAM there, even if it is the faster VRAM, and charge over twice as much. That's our new situation now. Very unfortunate, but prices really aren't coming down. I think even now in a major crypto crash, maybe the prices won't come down at all. Maybe just, sort of the supply will come back down to meet demand. But unless there's a really drastic change in the amount of these GPUs that are sold in both the gaming market and the mining market, I think these high prices are certainly here to stay. And while we did have some of these signals that the market stabilized a little bit, like with Micro Center unrestricting AMD GPUs, who knows what's going to happen, at least for this half of the year. NVIDIA has stated that they're going to have better supply in the Q2 of 2022. Now, is that because they're going to ramp up production of maybe the RTX 4000? Is it because they know that Ethereum, when that proof of stake works and GPU demand really, really drops, and that's definitely going to drop it if it does work, are they basing the fact that GPU demand will get better by a combination of these items? May be very true. Of course, Ethereum, the proof of stake, has been delayed many, many times. Could very well be delayed again. And not to say that GPUs can't mine other coins or anything like that. It's just going to be a lot less profitable. And even during this recent dip, when profitability on Ethereum dropped, and it's still profitable, by the way, for most people, a lot of people got scared. A lot of people started thinking about selling their GPUs if they hadn't done so already. So you can imagine a cataclysmic level event like Ethereum stopping, being mining compatible completely. You can imagine that's going to wipe out the market, and even if people scurry over to other coins, it's not going to be enough to keep any type of interest at the same level that we've seen it now. So that's something else that can happen, and maybe that's something NVIDIA might have to deal with in the future, because if GPU demand is down both in the gaming market as well as the mining market, these high prices are really not going to fly. I don't like paying these high prices for GPUs. A few years ago, 2080 Ti was really expensive at $1,200. Now it seems like if you want the best GPU, it's going to be close to $3,000 for some of these 3090s. The 3090 Ti, who knows how high that's going to be. I actually saw that EVGA teased the 3090 Ti Kingpin, and they even teased a bundle, if you will, with a really high-end case, 1600 watt power supply. All that's very cool as a gamer enthusiast, but I have to stop and think, what does this do to the price of PC gaming? This is an ultra expensive, ultra luxury item now. It's going to reduce the amount of people that can actually afford it and have fun with it, especially considering that whatever is on the entry level, like an RTX 3050, MSRP of $250, but we know we're not going to see that anywhere near that. It's probably going to be $400, maybe $500 when it really hits this realistic market. So PC gaming is in a very tough spot right now. On one end, we had a lot of great hardware. 3080, for example, is a fantastic GPU, brought a lot of people a high-end experience for what was a fair price. But now, all this technology is starting to get a little bit too expensive because the demand was just way too high, and it's going to price a lot of people out of that market where you could build a pretty good PC for $600 or $700, sort of back even before a few years ago. Now, that barely gets you an entry-level GPU and like a case and motherboard. So definitely very worried for the sustainability of PC gaming in the future. Who knows what the moves that Microsoft is making with the Xbox and the Game Pass, and they're buying up these big studios. Maybe Xbox might be the way to go for a casual gamer that doesn't want to put in thousands of dollars for the PC building experience. So a little bit worrying because that's going to reduce the market. But unfortunately, I feel like we're all in this roller coaster together. And even the companies selling these GPUs, they just have to adapt and do what the market is dictating that they do. All right, guys, so let me know what you think down below. Is this really where PC gaming is going to go? Is it sustainable? So let me know what you think. Remember to subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video.